Hey everybody, welcome to andrewkaser.com. Today we are looking at, why is that still up? Okay, we are looking at my WordPress dashboard, and what I'm going to do in this video is just kind of give you an overview as far as how to work with the admin panel. Now, up here, or on the left hand side, you can see we have our main navigation. Basically, anywhere you want to go inside the admin panel is going to be through this sidebar, and then everything on the content area of the website will be used for random things. Let's go ahead and start with this little arrow. You can expand all of these menus to expose more options. Some of them you can't, like the comments. These are edited by plugins. Installing a plugin can change the effect of how this looks. Like Big City, that's from my theme, aka marketing. That's a private plugin that I'm developing. If Contact is another plugin I've installed. So if you things look different, don't worry about that. So what we want to do is, the post, everything's pretty descriptive. Post is for your post. Media is for things like files and screenshots, images. If you have PDFs or anything like that and you want to upload it, you can add it right just by clicking Add New. So once you're there, you can select your files and you can go about doing whatever. And let's go ahead. You can see your library, so at any time you can come up and say, let's pick this image, okay, and then you have your URL right here to it, and then you can use that inside of your post or pages. Links is pretty simple. You just links that you want to have to other pages. I believe right now mine are showing up, right here under blog roll on my sidebar. That's all done with a widget, so we'll talk about that in a little bit. Links, link categories, so if you don't want them all to be in blog roll, you can make something else and name it nicer. Okay, so down here, your comments, if you're blogging and you're getting comments, they're going to show up in here. You'll need to approve them or deny them. If they're spam, get rid of them. Underneath the appearances, the first thing you're going to see is like the themes. Now, these are all different themes that we have installed. You can activate new themes here, deactivate old themes, delete themes, what have you. That's where you install them at. So now in the widget section, you have each theme has a different widget area. Mine happens to have, about 8. Most only have 1, some have a few. It's all different. But basically what you do over here is, let's say you wanted to have a calendar. And my primary widget, this is my sidebar. So if I wanted to put a calendar at the top of my sidebar, I would just click this and drag it over and place it where I want. If I want it above the search, just click save, and I come up here and I refresh my page, and now I have a calendar in front or on top of it. Let me and then you can let's name that right. Okay, so when you title it, that's what shows up above it. So keep that in mind. If you decide later on that you don't want it, but you don't want to ruin it, you can drag it down to the inactive widgets box. Let's just go ahead and prop that right there, and then that'll save it for later. As you can see, I've done that before, I guess. But yeah, there's a lot of little things you can do with the widgets. Okay, onto the menus. Let me know if you have any questions about those. Okay, menus are really cool because they allow you to customize exactly how your navigation looks. And it's incredibly easy to use. To add a custom link, you just type it in right here. Let's say I wanted to go to google.com and say search. Then you click add to menu, and it'll pop down right here. Now this search, you can drag and nest under anything. You can put it in any spot you want. You can, so like, let's say we'll save it there. It'll be right between about and tutorials. So on my page, this is my navigation, it'll show up search right there, and then it'll take me to google.com. Okay, so cute dog, by the way. Let's see. Okay, so and then yeah, actually let me redo that. I'll show you how to remove. So same thing with like the post and everything. When you're inside of it, you can see the remove the search. You can edit it, anything you want. After you edit, let's say we want to go to google.ca instead, then you just click save menu. Excuse me, save menu, and you're good to go. Okay, so we'll remove that. Now the same thing to go, like if you want to link to categories, you know, let's say CSS tutorials. You just click add to menu, and then save menu, and again, it'll pop up right there. Now CSS tutorials are my most popular tutorial, I guess. So like that would be a good idea for me to have there, but I'm not going to do that. Whoa, search unleashed. Invalid arguments. Okay, I'm not really sure what that's about. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Save menu. And not so sure about that. Doesn't seem to be messing up any website. So sometimes errors are weird. It was from a plugin, so you know, keep that in mind. So now down here, header slider, post slider, these are all things that are relevant to my theme, so I'm not going to go into all that pager shortcodes. The editor is really cool. Now what this is it allows you to go in and edit all your files. So let's say, you know, my header.php, I don't want this image there. I can come in here, go to my header.php, and just come down here to find my logo right here, and I can just like comment it out like it never existed, update my file, refresh my page, and it's still there. I probably have a cache plugin. Oh, okay, well, maybe that didn't work. But you know, you get what I'm saying. Anyways, okay, so we'll go ahead and save that back so that way they can see my logo. Now, plugins, this is where you come to add a new plugin, activate plugins, delete plugins, and it's a really cool feature of WordPress. Plugins, let's add a new one. I don't even know what I want to add, but let's click on admin because that seems to be pretty big. Ultimate Tiny MCE, manage WordPress worker, CodePress admin, shortcode exec PHP. Using this plugin, you can execute arbitrary PHP code. Okay, cool. Let's install that. And then it just automatically installs it right to your computer or your server, your website. So from here we can go to activate the plugin or return the plugin installer. And we're going to go ahead and just activate the plugin. Now through here, see, I do have super cache. Okay, so where was it? Shortcode exec PHP. Now this is going to add a menu item somewhere on the sidebar. Shortcode exec PHP underneath tools. Okay, so keep in mind after you install a shortcode that somewhere inside the tools or the settings or down here there should be some kind of menu for it, and it'll show you how to use it, how to configure it, and how to, you know, change settings and all that good stuff. Let's go back to the plugins. Now what this 2 here is, that means 2 plugins need to be updated. As you can see here, there's a new version of all-in-one SEO pack. Update automatically is usually the best. You want to make sure to back things up, and just in case things break. So I just went ahead and updated that. As you can see, it deactivated the plugin, it removed the old one, it updated it, and then it reactivated it, and then it gave you, hey, you're good to go. So now that number goes down to 1. And we're gonna look here for what's the next one, the new version. We're gonna do the same thing, update automatically, and boom, there we go. So hopefully it didn't break anything. We're gonna refresh my front page just to make sure, and everything is looking to be in order. You know, we won't know till later, honestly. Okay, so keep your plugins up to date, keep your WordPress up to date. When your WordPress is not up to date, it'll show up in the top on every single page. Okay, so to add a new plugin, and then to edit a plugin. You know, let's say I don't like how my contact form 7 works. So you can click on that and hit select, and then it lists all the files down here. And if you want to change like a word or something, you can come in here and change it. Usually you won't need to. Okay, so users. Now this is when you have multiple people doing different things on your website. It's a really good idea to have different people have different accounts, so that way you can see who's doing what, when, and where. WordPress logs it all. So keep that in mind. You can add new ones. You can edit your own profile. Not sure what's going on in here, but yeah, everything, you know, looks really cool. Definitely fill out your biographical info, because that will show up underneath post on like about the author, which I do not have enabled on my theme. But actually, if you want to see what I'm talking about, let's go here. This is a WordPress, one of my clients. So down at the bottom here, there's the about the author, and it's supposed to have a paragraph there, which he would set on this page. So, you know, when he gets to that, he'll get to that. But anyways, okay, so going down to tools. Tools is pretty much unused. Well, what I usually use it for is just exporting and importing WordPress databases. That's really the only thing I've found so far. These plugins are adding to it, the menu, but off a normal install, they won't be there. Okay, so settings, you know, you definitely want to pay attention to your general settings. You name your site title and give it the tagline and set your URLs, all this stuff. You want to set your time zone. Remember in the post thing, I said you want to make sure your time is right. So definitely click that. Set your date format. You can do customs. Definitely read on the documentation if you want something different. And let's go down to writing. You know, these are all just basic little settings for how you want your WordPress blog to look and operate to your viewers. The most important thing here is the front page display. This is where you select what people see when they first come to the site. Now I have mine as the latest post. It just lists out all my blog. So if I wanted to set it to a static page, I could go through here and select my, you know, whatever page I wanted, and then I could create another blog page and then put that as my post page. So there's a few different options there. You know, you can set, like right now my front page only has 5 posts per page, which makes me have 6 pages. So I could change that to 10 and cut that down to 3 pages. Let's just do a real quick refresh just to show you. Now we're gonna have a longer page. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now I'm down to 3 pages. So that's one way to set that. I'm gonna set that back to 5. And okay, let's go down here to discussion, privacy. You know, these are all just options of how you want your website to work. Just go through them, read them. All good. Ask any questions that you see. Media settings. You know, once again, just read through it, figure things out. It's pretty straightforward. One thing I would suggest is definitely taking a look at the permalinks, the custom structure, or anything other than default will be much better than default. Category base by default is category. Now this is what I use for showing my categories. You can see that andrewkaser.com/cat/tutorials/jQuery. And what that cat is for is because that's my category base. I could change that to anything, and that would replace cat in the URLs to my category pages. If you want to completely remove that, you're going to have to install a plugin. WordPress does not allow you to do it out of the box. So now down here I have some different little plugins that we don't need to get into. And yeah, I think that about wraps it up as far as the admin panel dashboard. Let me show you one thing real quick though, is when you're browsing your site, you got this little admin panel up here. Now, if we go to a post, this is really cool. Right here, it allows us to edit the post specifically that we're looking at. So we can click that, click edit, and then all of a sudden here we are inside that post editing it. And we can just go do our thing, click update, and go back to the post. We're going to go ahead and leave this page because we don't need to apply an update. But let's say we go to a category page. We'll go back to my CSS tutorials, and now we can edit the category. And then, you know, we can rename it, we can give it a description, anything we want to do. From this, you can add a new post, page, portfolio, all these things from any page on your website as long as you're logged in as an admin. If you open a new, you know, let's say andrewkaser.com. Now this is an incognito window, so I have no session data, and as you can see, there's no bar there because I'm not logged in. So normal visitors to your website will not see that. Only admins as you're logged in. So if you don't see it, chances are you're not logged in. Go ahead and log in. And here's a neat little thing: delete cache. That must be from my plugin. But you know, if you see something wrong on a page, you just go right up here and click it. You can access your dashboard or log out or edit your profile. So yeah, that's the that is it, I guess. So if you guys have any questions or want to know anything else about the WordPress admin dashboard, let me know, and I will be sure to help you guys out. All right, thanks a lot for watching. andrewkaser.com. Peace out.